You're now tuned into the Lady Charmaine live show, and I'm your host, Lady Charmaine. And as always, I got another great interview for you today. Now, when you think of working on a studio lot, meeting Denzel Washington, and then landing a leading role in a movie, this person just might come to mind. And I tell you who it is coming up right after this. My guest today is an award-winning actor who was in the right place at the right time and was casted in his first leading role as Antoine Fisher. He later went on to star in Miracle at St. Anna, Notorious, Sparkle, Friday Night Lights, and Captain America, The First Avenger. And I'm pretty sure you've probably seen him on 13 Reasons Why. And he's here today to talk about starring in the new TV series, The Purge. Help me welcome to the Lady Charmaine live show, Mr. Derek Luke. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you? Wow, what an introduction. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, Derek, actually, the last time I saw you was when I was at the press junket at Beverly Hills for Sparkle. And then I got a chance to interview you and your lovely wife on the red carpet for Bishop T.D. Jakes' 35th anniversary in Dallas, Texas. So how have you been since then? You've been pretty busy, I see.
You know what? I've been blessed. Always, always good. Just blessed, as you were just, verbalizing, like my life, I was just like, wow, just really, really thankful. So thank you for that intro. I'm doing well, and I'm excited to speak with you.
Because I know you've been booked and busy, but one thing I like about you, Derek, I want to talk about you being married for 21 years in Hollywood. First off, I take my hat off to you. Congratulations, because that is not a story you hear often. So how do you keep your marriage together, especially being a young man who was married in Hollywood for 21 years?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. Like, how do I keep my marriage? I came into the game wanting to be married, but I really didn't have a plan or a map on how that works within the industry, and I was always told you had to choose. And so one of the first, I call it power couples that I met, they weren't in the industry. And so they told me, they said, don't let the industry get in you, you get into the industry. And I was like, I don't even know how you do that. And they were like, well, you set your own standards. Don't allow a machine to set the standard for you. So me and my wife, we traveled, we traveled together on, every set that I go to. So, as family, we're always together. So I think that's the first thing that comes to my mind. And, you stay around people that believe in what you believe in.
I think right there is one of the best advice, because what they gave you was something that Billy Graham did. When Billy Graham, if you know who he is, he was a famous evangelist. When Billy Graham went around ministering, he took his wife. And so that was wise wisdom that they gave you, because that'll help keep you safe and definitely keep your marriage. So I think that was very wise. And okay, so now we're going to move on, because you are in a TV show called The Purge, which was based off of a movie. What made you want to do, out of everything you've done, this one is so different because, it's a horror film on TV. Why did you decide to do this show?
You know what? Everything I've done in my that I've got to do in my career has just been based off of a sense and a sensitivity. And even though like the Purge is not my typical. For the last couple of years, I have been eyeing horror. I think that the audience is interesting, and I think horror, thriller. I like its combo. You have horror, thriller, suspense, and for me, it was more trying to figure out what story to tell. And then when I heard, and I spoke to James DeMarco, the creator of Purge, and he shared with me that Purge, I believe, originally was sort of like developed as an answer to like gun violence, and so when I heard that, it was just different, and I felt like I would love to explore this world. And then on another note, I feel like you have more people of color entering into, I call it, the forbidden genre. You know what I'm saying? You got Jordan Peele. I think Chris Rock maybe doing something in the horror genre, because it's like, why and why not? And I meet more teens that have, in this generation, have been watching horror than I've known about. So that's some of the many things that drew me to the Purge.
How do you get into the mode of fear? Because, when you're watching the show, it's kind of heart pumping. How do you stay in that mind frame? How do you psych yourself out?
Oh, man, that's pretty easy. I mean, look, I grew up, in the urban, in the inner city, and look, I've had moments where, growing up where, you witness certain things. So when you get on set, you have your heart, but you also have your imagination. And I play Marcus Moore. He's a guy who have survived several purges, but he also moved to a more sort of like a secure neighborhood. Well, he's not expecting to be purged nor targeted, and the series opens up with him being targeted. And I really, on that level, I drew a reference more to social media, because you can look at social media and you can be liked. I've watched a lot of people, and then all of a sudden someone says something negative and you sort of conform to it. Well, Marcus is a pretty good dude, but I think what rattles him is not just being targeted, but who wants to, he's trying to figure out, like, who wants to purge me? Who wants to target me? And so it becomes, it becomes interesting. It's like, it is a fictitious, reality, but there's many things you can pull from it. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. So I want to ask you, before we go, what is the one thing that you do to bring balance to your life after work?
Wow, that's a really good question. The first thing, what comes up in my heart is meditation. And meditation is like, for me, a filtering, and sometimes I meditate on my purpose for existing, or I'll meditate, on a song, and let that sort of filter out any type of negative thoughts or images. Because it doesn't matter whether you're leaving a movie set or leaving whatever your job is. At the end of the day, we're human beings, and our heart is to be successful and to perform at our highest. And only you as an individual really know how well, you feel you did that particular day. So meditation is really, I use to balance. And a lot of times I listen to like music, like gospel music, just to get my focus.
Well, wonderful. Well, Derek, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. And I want to remind the audience to tune into The Purge Tuesday nights, 9/8 Central on the USA Network. And again, thank you so much, Derek. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
No, thank you for the great questions.
Oh, absolutely. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.